Gentlemen, welcome to the T-Forces 2 workshop. Today we're looking at the two most popular pages of workshop items, because the way I think Valve chooses new items is just by looking at this, by going to community hub, sorting by most popular over time today, and just picking random ones until they have enough for the next update. That is what I think they do, so let's go through them and have a look and see how many of these actually make it in the next update. First item, Ethical Firm Tank. This is just a tank on Pyro's back. I think likelihood of this being added pretty high, actually. We might see this next time if Valve once again decides to put random things in the game. The Slick Slacks, actually pretty good item right here for Sniper. Good pants. Also, as you can see, part of the whole set, which might be showing up here in a second. But first, the Groundbreaker. This is a weapon for Demoman, which will absolutely not be added in, even if this gets added as a reskin for the Sticky Bomb Launcher, which it won't be. You know, there's a higher chance of them adding in a reskin, but that chance is still pretty close to zero. A new weapon, actual 0% chance. We will never see this in game, but it is cool. Looks cool, you know. The Scatterbrain, a sniper rifle weapon concept right here. Chances of this being added 0 to none. So while this does look pretty good and better than the last weapon we just looked at, let's move on to Sterilized, a war paint. Now, I don't actually think Valve will ever add war paints into the game again, because they came pretty close to doing so pretty recently, but then decided against it. So I'm guessing this will also just stay in workshop limbo forever, but it does look pretty fun. You know, it's a decent war paint, I think. Tesla Coif. This is a hat for engineer and medic. Think suits both of them. Think looks pretty nice. Already available as a mod on mods.tf if anyone wants to check it out. All of these are linked in the description. If the description is long enough, I might have to cut some of these off, because just look at the tabs up there. Okay, there's a lot of items to go through. The Hot Hard Hats. Now, this one seems very vanilla. Odds of this being added to the game, high. I would say very high. Let's give it a solid 30% of us seeing this in the summer update. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. Stoker's bonnet. Now, here we have a little pyro hat, which looks pretty decent, but not decent enough, I'm afraid. I think this won't be added to the game, and I also don't think it's that great of a hat. I'm sorry. I apologize. The Screaming Eagle. Don't we already have 2 eagles for Soldier in the game? I'm pretty sure we might even have 3 Soldier Eagles. I mean, here's the thing though. Will Valve check if we have something similar already? I think not. So we might actually, I'll give this a solid 10% of being added in the upcoming summer update. I don't know why I'm saying upcoming. It's going to be a few months, but I think there's a chance that isn't below, say, 5% that this gets added. Lethal Companion. Oh, okay, so this is part of this set, and I'm pretty sure with that, it's clear now that it's a Lethal Company, like, reference, right? Is that right? Pretty sure it is. I think this also has a decent shot of being added, but we'll see. It's also not too bad. Like, this is a cute and cool, actually, SFM. The Lantern Lighter, another weapon concept, 0 chance of being added, but it does look fun, right? There's a thing of petrol that you can look into. It's got that old school petroleum lamp flare and vibe going on. It says oil on the side. This is a cool, like, flamethrower, I think. It looks nice. It's visually pleasing. The Road King war paint. I mean, once again, unfortunately, it's a war paint. Even though this does look pretty sweet, I would say that it is unfortunately very unlikely we'll ever see this in TF2. Unlucky. The extra heavy body groups. Okay, if I understand correctly, you can just remove parts of Heavy's default loadout. For instance, that pouch on the side you usually have, you can remove with this. Which, I don't know. It's a community fix. Huh? I don't understand. I'm too dumb for that one. Next. Unfinished business. Pantaloons for engineer. High chance of being added. By the way, I have started disliking any cosmetic that isn't like a hat, because it can never be unusual, which is very unfair. So I will say just neutral. This is a fine cosmetic. The Crash Course. Looks a lot like the loose cannon, doesn't it? Would that be like a loose cannon jumper weapon? Like the loose cannon jumper? Is that the idea here? Maybe. Also, it's interesting that this this is on the first few pages, even though it was made all the way back in 2016. I would imagine most of the items here are pretty fresh out of production, but anyways. Next item, underground overwear. No cans style, so there's a few styles here. Okay, so you can see with the cans here and without cans. Looks a lot better without cans. I think this is a fine cosmetic, even though I'm not a huge fan of the cans, honestly. I get it's like supposed to be a spray paint type thing, you know, but yeah, I don't love this. I don't hate it either, but yeah, I think low chance of this being added also. Mechan-O-Medes. Jesus Christ. Oh, I was confused at the perspective here. I didn't understand immediately. Okay, this is fine. Not really for the summer update though, but it's fine. Looking a little funny. Seems like the average Halloween cosmetic right here. Veterans on vacation. This is for all class. Okay, it's just a neat little hat. Mixture of like the typical jungle explorer hat, but also like a summer vacation type hat. I think this is kind of cool. Mixes two vibes together. I like it. I like it. This is good. Decent chance of being added. Krampus fratz. I would say we got a decent chance of seeing this in some Halloween update in the future, no? Not 100% sure, but I think with Krampus being a boss in the game now, I think we got a decent chance of seeing this someday. The Samurai of Honor. Yeah, I don't think that's super interesting as a cosmetic. Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of that one. It's not bad, but just not what I would really like to. You know, there's a limited amount of stuff we can get into the game with Valve's limited attention, so I wouldn't want a slot to go to this, I'm sorry. Fighter Bomber, stealth style. Now that looks like something that might already be in the game, but I don't think it is. This is cool, and I think a high chance of seeing this in the future in the game. Was made in 2023, so far not in the game. The Hypno helmet. All class. Yeah, no, I think this would have been a meek soldier hat, but for all classes, I just think it's bad. Yeah, no, I don't like it. I don't like it, I'm sorry. The Flashbanger. Scout melee. Alright, a weapon concept. No chance of this being added, but it's kind of funny. Would be especially funny if you could, like, blind people with it. You know, that would be a fun weapon stat, right? Shine it at a face to blind someone, like in Dead by Daylight. The Saw. No chance of this being added. None whatsoever. It comes with a video? A 1.5 hour video? Oh, it's the modeling process. Okay, I see. Well, I mean, I would say it's a cool weapon concept, but like I said, no chance we'll ever see it. A taunt, the terrific walk. Okay, I'm looking forward to that one. Let's see the demonstration here. Oh, it's just a pyro walk. Okay, I see. Get this up to 1080p. Also, gotta mute the music because Meet the Pyro, for some reason, has copyrighted music. I mean, pretty cool. Very menacing. I don't think the animation is quite there yet. There's something about it that seems just a tad lacking, even though I can't really put my finger on it. And it's a decent attempt at a good taunt. Lab practicum. It's a medic coat, which is pretty good. It's very simple, but it's pretty good. I like it. Will we see this in game? Probably no. You know why? Because the preview image here isn't flashy enough. Constable's cape. Now, this is a little demo man. Not just cape, but like whole suit. Part of this like policeman look, right? I think it's got a good preview image. I think we have a solid, call it 6% chance of seeing this in a future update. The Resistant. Now, this one, I think we'll get this one in the game if it's not there already. Okay, we can still vote, so it's not in the game yet. Okay. I think we got a high chance seeing this in the summer update. Mark my words. Same with this one. Although I've seen this one before, it's not been added to the game yet. It does look really cool though, the Boston Bandito. I mean, we'll see at the end of the day, but this is a cool cosmetic. Will we see it? I'll give it a solid 25% of being in the summer update. 25%. Fighter Bomber Light style, we've already seen the other style here. Arkham Night Helm. Isn't this already in the game? I thought this was already part of the game. Am I confused? Am I out of the loop? If it's not in the game, don't put it in, okay? I don't love this. I'm sorry. It's too much. Also, the paint region is giant. Hot Rod war paint. You know, looking decent war paint, but Valve doesn't do war paint, so not gonna see that one either. Another style for the veterans of vacation. Tranquil tink. It's pyro only headgear, which is very close to the Hong Kong cone. So Yeah, no, not original enough in my book. I don't think we should add this into the game, and I don't think it will be added. General's keppy. Now that one, on the other hand, as it shows up on the popular tab, I think has a decent shot of being added to the game. It's also got a good preview image, which is, I think, the most important part to get Valve's attention. Call it 30% chance of being added. The Reposeful robes. Okay, these are robes to go along with that hat we saw earlier. I think these are actually pretty good. I didn't love the hat, but the robes are nice. Okay, well, I mean, if it's a whole set, I think this would be neat if it was added, but I don't have high hopes for it. I just don't think the preview image will wow the Valve employees. Scorchers spade. Well, you already know. Oh, also part of this. Okay, I see. Well, I mean, it's a weapon. We won't ever get it in the game, but if it gets added as a whole set, that would be a fun addition. The Bulletproof blazer. There we go. There's another part of that set earlier. This time, the jackets instead of the pants. I think these are just as good, and this would be a solid addition and a decently high chance of the whole set being added next update. The Groot charge looks very close to the Conqueror for a soldier, actually. I think it's a good item, but I would guess and wager that it would be too risky for Valve to add. They wouldn't dare to offend anyone with a cosmetic that is so out there and has such a huge paint region that they wouldn't add it to the game. Call it a 8% chance of this being added. Not none, you know, we might see this. You never know. The Brain Blaster, another weapon. I think it's actually interesting how many, like, weapon concepts are still made. I suppose this one is from 2017, so a little bit older, but still. No chance we'll ever see this in TF2. No chance at all. A spell, Hallow Point. So a spell that allows for your weapon flash to change color. It's a cool idea. I'll say a very cool idea, but once again, not a default hat, so never in the game, ever. Nebulized War Paint. Do I like this war paint or not? I don't know. I don't love it. Kind of boring, I'll say. I'm sorry. Also, Valve doesn't do war paints. The Commander's Coat. Do I like this one? I'm kinda torn. It's not bad. Yeah, no, seeing the quality of some of the other ones, I think this is pretty decent. But I don't think it will be added, and neither will the other parts of the set be added to the game. Gonna eat my words on that, maybe, but yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it will be added. Same for the Heat Seeker. While this is somewhat fine, I don't think it will be added. Not in the summer update. You know, it doesn't really have a home. It's not a summer updatey, not a Christmas updatey thing. It's just, yeah, I don't think so. Made in 2024, it's still fresh, so there's a chance, but I don't think so. The Batless boonie, well, it's for Devilman, Sniper, and Soldier. I think it's a fine hat, just nothing crazy. Well, actually has a decent chance of being added then, doesn't it? I think this might become one of the future updates, at least a part of it. Yeah, I think this is fine. The lever. What am I looking at here? I can't even imagine how this would work. Okay, we got a video here. It's a melee weapon? Again, that's just stupid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, this sucks. Yeah, no. Okay. The Balloonyals. That is actually interesting. Does Valve still add Pyroland? I don't think they do. They might, though. They might. On its own, I think there's a cool cosmetic. You know, it's a Pyroland only one, I'm pretty sure. So only people with Pyroland stuff equipped would be able to see it, so it wouldn't be obnoxious. So I think this is cool. If Valve ever does anything with Pyroland again, this would be a cool choice. And the final weapon we'll look at today, the ultimatum, or final item, I suppose. Once again, actually pretty low chance of being added because it's a weapon, and even though we've seen like a ton of items today, I think we will only see about, say, 6 of them in the next update. Turns out a lot of the popular stuff is actually weapon concepts and war paints and not just cosmetics. Well, only the future can tell. And this is a fine weapon concept, although I'm not a huge fan of the orange. It's just a bit too orange, a wee bit too much orange. Anyways, lads, click the video in the center of your screen now to stay on the channel. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.